Hi, everyone. This is Spiritually Speaking, and I am Dee May, and I am bringing another beautiful episode about dreams to you. This is Dreams Part 2 with American Monk Steven Hairfield, and of course, the beautiful Jessica Kirby. So we're going to get started. Hey, everybody. I'm so happy to see y'all again. I just love this so much.
Hey, y'all. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Part 2 of dreams. Steve and I had a couple questions. What causes sleep paralysis and what is its purpose? We're just diving right in.
Well, first off, what do you mean by sleep paralysis?
When you, I guess, are kind of in between dreaming and awake, and you cannot move. Like, you know you're dreaming, you want to move, but you cannot move.
There can be a variety of reasons for that. It's actually very rare that something like that occurs.
Mm-hmm.
My first response to you is a simple one. The universe doesn't want you to interfere with the message that's being delivered to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it does not wish you to move, awaken, or to go to sleep. It wants you to stay in the state that you are in.
Okay.
Is my first response to that. Sleep paralysis is kind of a misnomer because the person, when you say that, the person that's dreaming, whoever that may be, is interested in, for lack of a better way to put it, doesn't want to necessarily hear the message or see the message that's being delivered. So they're attempting to break it, get away from it, get out of it. And the universe is saying, no, this is important. Pay attention. So the idea of sleep paralysis is really more of a misnomer than anything, just simply because of that. To myself, every dream carries a message about something going on in your life, and your life is the most important thing to you if you're an ordinary person. And when we're not, it could be something somebody keeps asking, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep occurring? Why does this stuff keep showing up? Yada, yada, yada. And the universe is attempting to explain it. And now you're attempting to ignore the very response to what you're asking, and it's not going to let you do that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So when anybody goes to experience, so to speak, as you put it, sleep paralysis, lay there and shut your mind up. Just shut up and watch. Just observe. Just pay attention. And then let the universe do its job. We think, finite beings, but we have to remember there is infinity, and you are a point of consciousness known as Jessica or known as Dee. You are a point of consciousness in that infinite idea. So you have access to both the finite side of life, which causes sleep paralysis, or the infinite side of life, which won't hold you to that simple point. Mm-hmm. If we use the infinite side of ourselves, which we all have available to us, we can learn so much more, and it makes life so much simpler, and it makes life so much clearer, and actually, I'm even going to use the damn words, which I don't very often, easier, if we just learn to pay attention to what's going on. Heck, people don't pay attention when they're awake, much less when they're asleep.
Yeah. That makes sense. A little harder. I'm kind of asking for one of my daughters who had a terrifying experience with this.
All right, that will cause sleep paralysis. Terrifying dreams will.
Yeah.
But when you have a terrifying dream, I'd love to know what it was she was dreaming.
Well, it's pretty quick and simple. She was, well, obviously sleeping in her bed. She said she was asleep enough, but still knew what was going on around her and could hear. and she opened her eyes and she saw some type of, she really thinks it's a demon. I have no idea, but walking, kind of ducked under her doorway, you know, because it was really, really tall, ducked under her doorway, stood there, stared at her for a second, and then lunged at her. And she even like rolled to get off of her bed and stood up to get away from it. And then she was fully awake, but it was so real to her.
That sleep paralysis will happen more in a terrifying dream than anything. Look, I got news for everybody. There are energies in this universe. Some mean us no harm. Well, actually, none of them. As an energetic thing, it can't hurt you. I kind of as an analogy, hopefully, I love to bust ghosts. I do. I get a kick out of that. I've been into houses I've never been in before, and I've said to the people, don't show me around, just follow me. And I've walked right to the area where these things are snoozing, hanging out, partying, doing whatever. And I've never been in the house before, and people are blown away because I go into their basement and go, well, how'd you know the basement was here? You asked me to find the ghost, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I found. Ghosts can't hurt you. They don't have a body to hurt you. Because they don't have physical form, they can't hurt you. What they can do is get you to hurt you, and that they can do. So when your daughter was having this dream, the odds are, as corny as this may sound, it had a lot to do with what she ate for dinner that didn't sit well with her. And so when she went to sleep, she was uncomfortable anyway. So that's going to attract seemingly ugly things. But to me, something I was taught as a monk, and I've actually done it and experienced it, and I find it funny. Let's say you have something chasing you. You're running in a dream and something absolutely horrific is chasing you. Stop running. Just stop. Turn around, look at it, and go, what do you want? And you know what's funny? It'll stop and go, oh, okay, I'll just talk to him. And they'll transform into something else. So the first thing is to get your attention of something that you are already afraid of. So it's creating greater levels of fear by showing you something that it knows you're going to be fearful of. Okay. Once it does that, it has your attention, but its purpose is to teach you that fear is meaningless and has no authority or control unless you give it the authority and control. So to me, when you got something ugly about to pounce on you, give it the finger. and
I like that
go,
answer.
and just go, yeah, okay, what?
Yeah.
And I've had it change so many times, and because my teachers taught me that. This happened to me in a monastery. I was having a nightmare, I guess. I don't know about you guys, but I was taught that if you see yourself die in a dream, then you'll die in physical reality, right?
Heard that, yeah.
So in this dream, I start off standing on a ledge and then I fall off and I'm falling and falling and falling and I'm screaming because I'm about to hit the ground. One of my teachers came to me and said, Stephen, you're having a nightmare. And I went, okay. I told him the story and he said, okay. And then he said, you're fine. Just go with it. So I go back to sleep and I'm in the same dream. I'm standing on this ledge. And then I realized in this part two of this, that I didn't fall off the ledge. I was pushed. And I'm falling and I'm flailing in the air and I'm starting to scream again. And I look and here's Master Lob saying, floating down. I mean, I'm falling and screaming and terrified. And he's just standing upright, looking at me with his arms crossed, kind of going, what are you doing? And then I look at him and he said, if I hit the ground, I'll die. And he goes, you don't have to hit the ground if you don't want to. And then I went, what? And I stopped falling. And I looked at him and he said, let's go back up to the ledge. And I went, what? And he started floating up. And then I started going up with him. And I'm going, this is nuts. And we get back up on the ledge and I look at him and go, why did you push me? And he looked at me and said, so you would learn that it won't hurt you. Hit the ground. And he pushed me. And I watched him do it. And this is the third time. And I started falling and he's floating down with me. And he goes, you know, you don't have to fall. You can do what I'm doing. And I went, oh. And I started floating. And then we moved back up to the ledge and we talked. And he said this, that every dream you can influence directly, because the dream is a messenger and it's delivering a message to you. If you don't understand what the dream is doing, if you remember in your sleep, just say to it, I don't get that. And it'll change the whole dynamic. Okay, so the next time your daughter is being chased by some oogly thing, tell her to turn around and slap it.
I will.
And she
because it
will.
won't do it can't do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a body to do anything with.
Okay, to that point,
Okay.
just real quick, you hear stories about people doing like these paranormal investigations and things like that, and people getting scratched by spirit.
Mhm.
So if they can't
Mhm.
hurt you, how does that happen?
That's to terrify the crap out of you.
But where do the scratches
They
come
they
from?
they the ghost,
Okay.
what's it going to do? Choke you? What's it going to do? Punch you? It
So,
might be able to.
mhm,
They can move objects,
right,
but they have to build their energy to do it. You know, everything is energy first. Let's always remember that.
right.
For a ghost to be able to do something to a physical human, it has to expend energy. Okay. But the point is the person that got scratched is probably already terrified anyway. So who's doing the scratch? Is it the ghost that's doing it, or is it the person that's doing it to themselves because of the ghost?
Mm.
That's more akin to the truth. I like watching paranormal caught on camera, and I see that kind of stuff all the time, and I sit there and laugh. You know what? I've ghost busted many times, D, and I've never been scratched. I've had them attempt to scare the crap out of me,
Sure.
and I've just simply said to them, go for it, butthead. I know you're here, and your butt's out of here because these people don't want you here. I have ghosts in my house, and I get a kick out of them.
Hmm.
I know they're here. They
Yeah,
know that I know that they're here, and I just allow them to be here.
right.
Why run them off?
Yeah.
But if you have ghosts rattling chains and disturbing you at night, yeah, I can get rid of them, and I'll sit here and tell everybody in the world that hears this, you got a ghost, you want me to get rid of it? I'll come and do it, because I am 1,000,000% convinced they not only can't touch me, they can't hurt me. I can help them hurt me, and I can help them touch me, but they have to have my help to be able to do it.
Okay.
I see.
Now, we all know there's psychosomatic things. Somebody gets all wound up and all worked up, and then they break out in hives. Where did the hives come from?
They created them.
Well, I'll be danged. Look,
Yeah.
to the universe, we are the end result. We have the frontline call. It's up to us, not them. Now, there are tricksters and pranksters out there that will try about any damn thing that they can to get to the rookie. And it's the rookies they always get to.
Right.
Somebody like me, not even going to phase me, period. Done. Done. I'm there for one reason, to get the ghost out of the house. I've tracked your butt down. I've found you. I know where you are. Now, you can work with me or not. I don't care. And it's Steven, a million, and them zero.
Yay,
Well,
Steven.
not really a million.
Right.
Not really a million, but I've not missed it ghost busting. I haven't. I won't. I
Awesome.
like it. It's a just something that one of those side things that I just get an absolute kick out of. And the
Hey,
same is
everybody,
true
if you have a
in
ghost you need to get rid of, his information will be in the description box below this video.
and I'll be more than happy to come and do it. By the way, you have to pay my way there. I'm not flying to Copenhagen, Denmark on my own dime. You got a haunted castle, I'll come and clear the damn thing.
Who are you going to call? Steven Hairfield.
No, and it's not Ghostbusters. I hope that helps answer for your daughter.
Yes, yes, I will. Yeah, I'll make sure. I'll tell her, but also she'll watch this as well.
Well, I hope so. I mean, because those things can appear real.
Oh yeah, it really scared the heck
Now,
out of her.
well, but here's the truth. She wasn't really awake when she thought she was.
Yeah.
So if you can still see it and you're standing up, then that ain't a ghost. That is just something that just decided it's Godzilla that just entered your bedroom.
Yeah.
And that Godzilla happens to be real, or you wouldn't be seeing it while you're standing there wide awake. Now, you can in a dream think you woke up.
Yeah, I've done that before.
To stop it when you really haven't. You're still asleep.
Yeah. So what my next question is, what is lucid dreaming, and how does that work, I guess?
Lucid dreaming is actually a state of consciousness, is what that is. It's where you are I'm looking for basically the best way to understand it. Lucid dreaming is like, right now I'm taking a nap and you two don't know that. I just decided to join in this Zoom conversation because I was aware enough to know that the Zoom meeting was going on, and I just happened to be doing it while I'm taking a nap. In other words, a lucid dream is just something that seems to be very real. It's just very real, like the dream that you indicated with your daughter. I would say that was a lucid dream because to her it was very real. When in reality, no, it's not. I have wondered sometimes, is it a dream when I'm awake or am I dreaming when I sleep? I'm still not sure which way that goes, because life to me sometimes seems so unreal and so ridiculous. I should be asleep.
I agree with you.
Because I wouldn't be seeing the same thing. I mean, come on. Is it a dream that our southern border is? I'm not getting into politics, but is it a dream that our border is open, or is that real? Well, it depends on how I decide to take it. The fact is, we don't have a border anymore. Okay, that's fine. That's just the truth. So why doesn't everybody just tell the truth so I can get out of my lucid dream and quit thinking it's dumb? Either way, I'm just being myself. I hope that helps. But lucid dreaming is a dream that seems real. I watch for those, like I said to you in part one, when we were doing this. Those are the dreams that turn out to be prophetic to me. Okay. Like I get a dream of an earthquake. I know an earthquake is either about to happen or just happened. And sure enough, I get up in the morning and I look at USGS, which I do every day anyway. And sure enough, there was a 7.0 in Peru. Okay. I saw it in my dream. I didn't know where, but I knew it happened. That is a lucid dream. So lucid means you are alert to the messages of the dream. That's probably a better way to look at it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Did you have another question, Jeff?
Next.
I don't think so. Part of this, the kind of the third was what was the purpose of the sleep paralysis, and he said that to a message. So
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
yes, thank you so much.
My pleasure, always. By the way, I know Dee is playing with the meditation. Are you?
I have not yet, I'll be honest.
You're a weenie.
I am a weenie.
I just wanted you to know I just put a label on you. She's the weenie queen.
Well, at
Teaching
least you're
somebody
royalty,
something.
That's right.
Teaching someone something that they chose to understand and then they give it the finger. That's really cool.
No.
What I have why are you afraid?
I don't think I'm afraid, honestly. And this
Uh-huh.
is oh, Stephen. I don't think I'm afraid. Honestly, I should meditate a lot more than I do because I don't very often. I think I just kind of got away from it, and I failed to put it back into my daily routine.
Look, meditation is a lot easier than people think it is.
Yeah.
When you're driving, if you're not thinking about where you're driving to, you're just driving, you are actually meditating.
Mm-hmm.
If you're walking, instead of thinking about where you're walking to, just focus on walking. You're meditating. So my point with you is you're meditating more than you think you are.
Okay.
People think that when you meditate, you have to sit down and kind of blob out. No, that doesn't mean squat. But if you do this meditation, you'd learn to understand these dreams yourself.
Okay.
Duh.
I will do it tonight.
No, you won't. Don't.
Yes,
Look,
I will. I'm going to
look,
set an alarm on my
wait,
phone so I don't forget.
Wait. I just saw your nose get longer.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, you and Pinocchio. I get it.
No.
And by the way, when you do meditate, do not set an alarm.
No, I mean to remind me to do it.
No,
Because
you
I
don't.
forget
No,
a lot.
no, you don't. You know what? Okay. We're talking about dreams here, ladies and gentlemen. She forgets a lot. Okay. What she's doing, unbeknownst to her, is ignoring herself
Oh, we do
and
that.
ignoring what's in her best interest to do. Look, meditating is probably the best thing any human can do
I
for
agree.
themselves
Mm-hmm.
because it brings such peace, such clarity, such purpose to everything and removes all forms of confusion. Now, what the hell could be wrong with that? Well, I like being confused, damn it. So I'm just not going to meditate. How about that? All right. There you go. I'll set an alarm. It'll remind me. And at some point, maybe I'll get around to it 4 days after the alarm goes off. I'll remember to do it. Yeah. Okay.
Email follow-up tomorrow, Jessica.
No,
that is fine. That
no.
is fine.
No, I'm just
I know
playing.
that Dee has started and she's had some interesting things occur. So, and I think that's neat.
I do too. I will.
All right.
Cross my
Dee.
heart.
Oh, geez. So, Dee, you ready for your dream?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to read it first in its entirety, and then I'm going to talk with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. She starts off with, I wanted to let you know I will have a link made and sent to you this afternoon. Also, I had a dream last night, and I'm not sure about one part. I had phlegm in my throat. I couldn't get out. I think I know what that means. I'm hoping you do. Later, I was sitting at a long dinner table with lots of people, and we were joined by a couple. They sat to my left, he on my side of the table. He stated his name, but it wasn't really his name, and only a few people were aware of this. No one said anything about it. Then he said to us all to remove our rings and give them to him. People looked at the rings and said they couldn't do that. And the lady of the couple pulled out a little derringer and pointed it out at us. I looked at the rings on my hands they were borrowed, and started pulling them off. I said, here, you can have mine. The guy who gave them to me,
Go
and
ahead.
I'm quoting, gave them to me. He was a dick anyway. Then I threw them on the table. They skittered down the table and onto the floor and down the hall. Okay, so what does that dream mean? That's actually pretty simple. If we take a look at the dream, you're at a table filled with people. Okay. And you didn't describe any of the people. The only two that you described was a male and a female.
Mhm.
Okay. He gave you his name, but his name you knew wasn't his real name anyway, right?
Correct.
Okay. In dreams, they're always about the person dreaming. The rings, how do I want to do this? All right, let's back up. The male represents your physical form, your body. And the male is the one that requested the jewelry from everybody at the table. Everybody at the table represents different aspects of you because you didn't delineate whether they were male, female, they were just present. Okay. So the dream is actually telling you this. You spent a lot of time in your life sabotaging yourself over things that were an illusion. In fact, let's look at the phlegm caught in your throat. That's your throat chakra. So there's a level of fear of expression of actually the truth of who you are. Okay. You spent a lot of time being someone other than you are. How do I know that? The dream. Okay. Rings denote objects of value. So the rings are aspects of value of you that your body was saying it wanted. And then the woman whips out the pistol, leave it to the girl. Okay.
The little badass.
That's your, yeah, actually, but that the female represents your emotions. So the female, your emotions have been holding you hostage in certain situations and were making demands of you that you did not want to address, respond to, or be a participant of. You decided because the person that loaned you the rings, nice guy, remind me never to loan you rings, you decided to take them off and you pushed them down the table and they rolled down a hall. Okay. You know, your physical self is not going after something that's a waste of time.
Right.
So you are the waste of time. So your dream is telling you, stop holding yourself back and giving things away about you that seem to you not to be very important when everything about you is of great value. And you are still denying all of that. How's that?
Pretty spot on. That's pretty spot
Well,
on. I can't lie. That's
Pretty,
like,
that's pretty awesome.
learn to hug yourself and embrace yourself and be okay with that. And if you keep doing what you're doing, I remember on an email that you sent me, you said you had a lot of heat or energy shift. I think it was heat in
yes,
your sacral chakra. You remember that?
right. Yes. I had to stop doing the meditation because it got uncomfortably hot.
Oh, you were just about to have an orgasm and you decided not to. How about, how about that for a dumbass statement from a dude? No, that dream actually echoes what you said in that email about your sacral chakra, that you are denying you the pleasures just being D-May. Damn. How exciting could that be if you just got excited about being yourself? Holy crap. I'm okay with being me. That's why I'm so damn goofy.
So let me ask you
Because it
this
doesn't,
question.
sure.
Because I know that and you know also that I've done a lot of inner work. I've really
Yes.
been doing the work. So if
You do realize that, you do realize, though, forgive me for interrupting you, that when the wash is done in the washer, you have to take it out to put it in the dryer.
Okay, that's okay. Because that's what I was about to say, is because I feel like I've done all this work and now it's almost like the dreams are playing catch up in a way, is what I
No,
kind of feel, but it's
no. The dreams aren't playing catch up. In a way, they're acknowledging what you have been experiencing, and they're giving you information on as to why you are experiencing them and how to release it. You watch your sacral chakra. If you understood what I shared with you about this dream that you emailed me today, if you really understood that, your sacral chakra won't be put on fire. Gives a whole new meaning to Moses's burning bush, doesn't it? I can't even believe I just said that. I can't even believe I just said that.
Oh, that's
Well.
great.
Oh well, shit happens. But
I
that's
know, I'm
me.
ready to do this meditation if that's the end result.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh,
sorry.
Okay,
that was
Jessica.
so
No.
freaking funny.
But you see the analogy, I hope.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I do.
All
And
right.
the part about my emotions holding me hostage, that is so
Mhm.
on point. But I shouldn't
Okay.
say but.
But
And since our one conversation that we had, and you told me to be ever vigilant and allow things to be my teacher instead of getting so emotional and beating myself up over everything. I have been very diligent in catching myself and learning more instead of allowing myself to let my emotion hold me hostage.
let let's take a look for a moment at the idea of beating yourself up.
Mhm,
Beating oneself up denotes a fight, correct?
mhm.
Mm,
Okay. So in a fight, there needs to be a winner and a loser, right?
right.
Generally
So
speaking.
if you don't know what it is that you wish to lose, what are you fighting about? And if you don't know what it is that you wish to win, what are you fighting about? So the point is, fighting with yourself is about the most ludicrous thing any human can do, yet every human is prone to doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all well and good. But the truth of the matter is, when you have that internal argument going on, look at the aggressive part of the argument. That's your ego. And then let your ego teach you what it's attempting to show you.
Mhm.
Let's say somebody said or did something, and you walk around for hours fuming about it. Why didn't you just look at the person and ask them a simple question? Why did you say such a thing? Why not address it right in that moment? As you've already noticed, I hope, if not, shame on you. If something comes up, I'm going to address it right then. Right
Yes.
then. I'm not going to wait. And I'm usually going to make a joke out of it, like a burning bush. Mo- Moses had one. What the hell?
He did. Did indeed.
Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder how much he paid her. No, I'm only kidding. I know. Uh, I uh, I always like the taste of
This
my
is
own
not a PG
socks
podcast, y'all.
because I end up putting my foot in my mouth. Not really. You can't do that. Only as an infant you can. No, my point is fighting yourself over what? You're fighting yourself over what you think is right and what you think is not right. Why don't you let right show itself
Mm,
as opposed to fighting yourself about it?
right.
If you're going through something, you're going through something. And we add more drama to it, like nothing intended with your daughter, Jessica.
Mhm.
Um, it's not that she was involved in drama or that there was drama there, but the drama played itself out because there was a big, ugly ass monster or demon that was coming after her. I'd have given it the finger and gone, come on, show me what you can do. And it would have stood there and go, well, I guess I can't really do anything. Well, then sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
But we have that authority in dreams. We are the end result.
Mhm.
We are the authority. And we are the authority on ourselves. So if you're the authority on yourself, why should you argue with you? Why the heck would you downplay you? I don't get that.
Yeah.
You know, through the eyes of a monk, we are sacred creatures. Oh my. We are. We are the living temple that houses divine source. Are you kidding me? And we're the only living thing that even can realize that. A cat can't, a dog can't, a squirrel, rabbit, deer, whatever. They can't do that. We can. God gave us options and we ignore them. Wow. I'll talk to a burning bush anytime. Besides, they're so lovely when they're burning like that. So
I'm going to be real careful how I reply to that. I'm just kidding.
yeah.
So,
No, I think you just
I'm just
no
keeping my
no no
mouth
no no no
shut.
no no no.
wow,
I
Jess,
think you
I'm
just
impressed.
I think you just need to let it fly, D, because it's not going to bother me. And if it bothers your listeners, then they probably shouldn't be listening in the first place.
I'm telling you, that is the truth. This is, like I said, is not a PG
Yep.
rated podcast. And if people want it all polished and pretty, they're in the wrong place because that's
They
not
can
how,
forget it. They
yeah.
they can forget it, especially if I'm on here.
Yeah, it's not how we roll.
No, well, I don't know about you, but I walk. I don't roll. So
Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh,
Oh, thank
all
you
right,
for
but
the insights on that. That's amazing.
well, I hope it makes sense for the both of you and
mhm.
anybody listening out
Yes.
there. Dreams are not literal, not that they can't be. They're just not. The lucid dreams are the ones that I take literally, by the way, Jessica, just so you know, because those are telling me something that's not about me. It's about the world or it's about life. And I'd like to
Okay.
know what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
And though I pay attention to all dreams because they're fun and I love messing with them
Yeah.
and I will do it anyway. I mean, once I learned from Blob saying that I can influence dream and what's going on, oh, you bet if something's chasing me, I don't give a darn what it is. I'm not even going to take a step like I'm running. It's going to be, okay, dude, let's just make this easy. Okay. I just want to know what's going on. Do you know a Vicky Finch?
I do. This is my friend I told you I was going to have pop in. She has some dream experiences I want her to tell you about so you can give us some insights.
Well, she is now present, but she's muted.
Vicky, you can pop on camera. I'll unmute you. Maybe I will.
Well, you're not able to unmute her, so
I'm not able
she's
to.
muted.
Oops. Vicky, unmute yourself so you can chat with us.
Look at that. D is amazing. She disappears. I haven't figured that one out yet.
I haven't either because it never
Oh,
shows up on this end. That's so strange. I
oh,
don't know why.
well, Vicky is still muted. So,
She
Vicky, we see you. We know you're there.
she said she has some issues with her internet, so hopefully she'll be able to pop
Okay.
in here
Well, in the meantime, we'll just
completely.
wait for her.
Yeah.
But we get too caught up in things. You two, we really do. Um, according to a monk, there are 3 states that we can be in. Well, more than that, but for the sake of this conversation, we can be a participant, we can be an observer, or we can be an observing participant. And here's the funny thing, you can do these in your dreams. More times than not in dreams, we are a participant. Okay, but I'm so used to being the observing participant that that's what I'm doing anyway. Here's the difference. If someone comes at you and they're angry, D will say your Steve is angry at you. and you decide to get angry back. You are a participant.
Mhm.
Okay. You are participating in the squabble.
Right.
I'm no fun when it comes to that because I don't participate.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I will, but not in the way that people think. The second state is being the observer. An observer is a person that looks at life that is totally free of judgment. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a monster, scary monster, friendly monster. It's a dumbass monster. Okay. Go bug somebody that's terrified. I could care less. Okay. That's an observer. An observing participant. Let's go with let's go back to the original idea. You're in an argument with Steve. You participate in the first one. The observer doesn't participate. It just watches his temper, doesn't get involved, knows it's his anger, and it's up to him. It's his issue. It has nothing to do with you. And that's true, 100%. I don't care what anybody says. The observing participant is the fun one because that's the one that's free of judgment. It is watching Steve as he's angry and screaming and yelling and doing whatever it is that he's doing. But the participant is, instead of going to his level of anger, you stay above the anger and you ask simple questions. Steve, honey, what are you so angry about? What was it that happened that created this anger? So, in other words, you are engaging them, but you're not stepping into their anger.
Mhm.
You don't have.
Uh-oh. I'm having some weather, so that's the
The
problem. We're
most powerful person is the observing participant. D again, blanking. Watch out for the burning bush.